Morningside College. We have the same 3 maps we just played on, correct?
Correct.
If you saw our last match.
We have Oasis, Numbani, and then followed by Rialto.
Now, I'm Tanner, and I've got the bearded man with me.
Of course.
We're going to be your commentators tonight as we see...
Game 2 of the night.
Game 2 of the night. We've got 2 subs, I believe, going in. 3 subs going in for the Carthage Firebirds. As now Sam comes in, as well as DK and Westhoff.
Correct. I'm excited. I think, as we saw, for those who are just tuning in, Game 1 against Hood College. Hood College pulled off wins on Oasis. A really close win. It was really close for Numbani. And then Rialto, Carthage was able to pull it off. So I think Carthage is hyped up. Now, we do have about half of our team switching out, which could change things. But I'm confident that those who are remaining in are hyped up. I have a feeling that those who, the original people, really, they were watching the game really hyped up as well. So I'm confident. I think especially we just played on these maps. Yeah, so we know them. We know our strategies. We know what works, what doesn't work. We'll see.
Yeah, I think now going in, it seems that the Morningside is going to have Ben Killer,
HDB Killer, Ben HD. I'll just call him
Ben HD. I like Ben HD.
Ben HD. Ben HD. Yeah.
Ace. That's pretty simple. Ace. I like that.
JX Prez.
He's gonna be J Prez.
J Prez. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Slinks. I'll just say Slinks. I think
I'm going with Slinky.
Slinky. I'll say Slinky. I like Slinky. I think Slinks is pretty cool, but also like that's a tongue twister in itself.
Yeah, so I'm gonna mess that one up.
We'll just call them Swinky. Slinky.
And
Sway.
Yeah.
Simple.
Sway.
Simple
right,
Sway.
And then Rotten Sushi.
Rotten Sushi. Oh, I don't like sushi. Even Rotten Sushi. So Carthage.
You don't like sushi?
I don't like sushi. I know. I'm not a big fan of. Now I'm. So suddenly, Tan and Bearded Man are splitting up. So I'm gonna have my own solo show now.
No. Don't go away, Bearded Man.
But of course, Carthage having Psychopreds, Sam 3808083. I'm just gonna just call him Sam.
Just Sam.
Donut, as usual, team captain Donut. Donut's an amazing DPS. Definitely showing us last game, just consistent, getting some of those hits. Donut on McCree is top tier. Yeah, DK, another great DPS. I think you have a little bit of a shout out.
Yes, DK says hi to his parents, and thank you for supporting him. We love that. And actually, while I'm at it, we would like to shout out all the parents that are supporting their young esports athletes. Definitely. As we know that for probably most of you, this isn't probably what you really expected your child to be playing as a varsity athlete.
Well, so that's the thing, is there's a lot of people are really talented at these games, and they think that, okay, I'm really good at video games, I'm going to go nowhere. But programs like the NECC and high school programs, even some elementary schools have programs, middle schools, these programs are showing kids and teenagers and stuff that you can pursue what you're good at.
Yeah, I think it's amazing.
Exactly.
It's taking off.
And you can go from here. You can go to Pro League. It's very common to have pro teams, especially for Overwatch. The Overwatch League, a very dedicated program that you could sign on to. So never give up on your dreams. Let this be evidence. You can succeed in playing video games. It's okay. So thank you to all the parents out there, even the friends who are showing up in the Twitch chat, supporting everybody, all those significant others. We have a few, I believe, in our chat. So, and the coaches as well. Coaches, directors.
Yes.
Anybody, if you know somebody in your life who's really good at video games, talk to them about it. Talk to them about esports, because sometimes you meet those people who I think deserve that chance.
Yes, and now just as we're also getting ready, I feel it's a good time to just, plug Carthage Esports. We offer 5 competitive varsity games. Mm-hmm. We have Valorant, Rocket League, Rainbow Six Siege, Overwatch, and League of Legends. Mm-hmm. We are adding, I think we're doubling
next year. We are
amount of games we're playing.
We're supposed to be adding quite a bit, but the current lineup is still prone to change. But it looks like
it's time for some Overwatch.
Let's get it going. Carthage versus the Morningstar Mustangs. I love that. Morningside. It's the Morningside. Oh, I told you. I'm like, I don't think it's Morningstar. Morningside Mustangs. Apologies to anybody there. I think Morningside Mustangs, nice ring nice ring to it. Nice name, nice mascot.
I won't lie, it's gonna make me less confused because we just played the Blaze and we're Firebirds. Like, I was very close to calling them Fire many times. Mustangs, I can deal with. I can deal with Mustangs. As we get ready here on Oasis, the control map. For the Mustangs, we have Reinhardt, Zarya, Genji. An interesting pick coming in here. Sombra.
Oh.
And Lucio and Ana.
Sombra is going to be a really interesting pick with that utility, able to hack individual players, disabling all of their abilities.
Now, it's going to take immense communication from the Mustangs in order to pull that off effectively.
It could work
here
out
we
pretty
go.
well.
With the Firebirds having Reinhardt, Zarya, Cassidy, May, Baptiste, Nancase on Baptiste.
Nancase says Baptiste, but Carthage going May. That's something we haven't seen before. But once again, Carthage going in the high ground. Morningside trying to get that boot, but it wasn't enough to get anybody. It looks like Psychopreds rushing in. Carthage applying a lot of pressure. That May wall, once again, totally destroying Morningside there.
Psychopreds
I told you,
strong.
May is an excellent pick. Completely game-changing, and not enough to get the Sombra. That May is going to be a really good counter to Sombra because that's slow. The moment that Sombra is out of invisibility and is frozen, she's gone. Because May can just right-click her in the head, and she's gone. So that's going to be an interesting pick if they stay with it. But Carthage grabbing point right away, applying a lot of pressure to Morningside. Morningside going to the main area onto point. There, Reinhardt. Psychopreds with another shatter, getting the Genji, as we saw last game. Psychopreds has some really good shatters.
You know, Psychopreds ended that last game strong, and he's starting this one even stronger, I'd say.
Definitely striking fear into Morningside, I have a feeling. But Carthage able to push Morningside back again while they regroup. Carthage at 40% on this control point. It's good. It's good that they have a great start. Morningside still could get one really good team fight.
Slinky is sneaking into the back line right here, undetected.
Now, Slinky, the moment Slinky exits, now Slinky's detected too, being too close, hacking the Zarya, but will Carthage be able to take care of her? Carthage just doesn't even care, apparently.
Not even phased.
Not phased. Now, Morningside getting a shatter, and Donut with the double and the high noon, almost killing the Zarya. The Zarya's hiding, and the Zarya is picked off. But two of Morningside still on point. Their Genji and their Sombra running back to their spawn to regroup with the rest of their team.
Yes, now this is working out very well for Carthage right now, as they are already almost at 100 on the point. This is probably leaving room for maybe 1.5 good pushes left for the Mustangs. They do have a lot of ults to dispose of.
Now Genji, going Genji Blade, that's going to be really good, especially with a hack. But he's, Morningside able to get 2 picks, Lucio and Reinhardt. Oh, that Slinks is getting a lot of really good utility out of that hack. Morningside able to kind of push Carthage completely off point. Carthage is at 99%, but because of that team fight and some of those really good ults, Carthage is able to, is pushed back to the spawn. Now, Carthage is going to have their Shatter, it's going to have Graviton, and it's going to have Blizzard. Morningside only has that beat drop, and almost 78% on the Graviton Surge. So Carthage is definitely leading in their ult game. Ultimately, Carthage could time those ults really well. As we see right here, Carthage using the May ult to freeze Morningside, not able to do much. Oh! Psychopreds with another shatter! Getting so many people down on the ground. Morningside using an ult, a Graviton to distract him.
Feudal as Donut comes in with the high noon to take out Slinky.
Slinky using the EMP, but will it be enough to kind of defend him? The Ana's still surviving. Now the Echo's back up point, but the Echo is gone, and Morningside, I think, loses. Carthage win .1.
And you know, that's nice to see. You know, it's nice to see Carthage coming out strong. It's nice to see Carthage taking the very first point.
Definitely.
As we've always had to see them come from behind so far. Definitely. I'm liking to see them with the lead. I can't wait to see what they do with the lead going forward.
Now Morningside, some really good plays, especially that one point. They were able to get to, I believe it was 40% on point. All about those ults. It is all about how you use those ults, how fast you build them, how you use them, how you combo them, and not using them at the wrong time. That's another key point. You want to make sure that your ult usage is spread evenly, because you typically want to have at least one ult open.
Right.
And Morningside definitely showed they could pull it off. But Carthage was able to survive a few of those and get the necessary picks to win. But Rotten Sushi throwing a little bit of a bionic grenade out there. Bionic grenades obviously healing their teammates and providing an anti-heal on any enemies hit with it. So just a little bit of a fun fact there. It looks like they're going to Farah, but no pocket mercy against having 2 hit scan. NECC as a Baptiste is technically a hit scan, but Slinky is playing pretty smart. Definitely not going up in the air.
Frankly, my prediction is it won't last long. NECC's incredible at keeping the offense going, especially as a support player.
Now Psychopred's running into that Mei wall, but not enough. This Morningside is able to get that pick on Psychopreds. Unfortunate, and Sam. Carthage is down both of their tanks. Carthage is likely going to fall back, and point goes to Morningside initially. They are able to capture it first, and it's still early on. It was a good fight.
For sure, yeah, plenty of time. Only 8% now down for the Mustangs. And the Firebirds are almost back to the point, ready to continue their second push.
Definitely. I think Psychopred's running in, getting that early pick on the Mei wall, but all of Morningside focusing on that Reinhardt, just doing so much damage that our healers can't necessarily heal him, and was able to get that pick and throw off our comp. But and Slinky with the barrage, getting the NAND but the NAND getting Slinky in return. That's a not okay trade. A healer for a DPS, and now another DPS. Carthage has neither DPS is on point. Morningside playing on point, whereas Carthage is taking the high ground, which is a pretty interesting pick because Morningside can just hide behind that main thing. But Rotten Sushi missing the sleep and missing the bionic grenade. Not really good, but Slinky getting those picks as well. J-Prez, some of these names are hard to commentate.
They're tough. They're a little tough. We got J-Prez now ready with their ult. We'll see if it's used
Slinky
in this
is
fight, but
hitting them once again, but getting picked by Donut. Donut with high noon. This can be huge. This can be so good. A 3 pick by J-Prez. Oh,
you hate to see it.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Carthage is down. Morningside at 79% on the point.
I mean, we gotta give props where props are due.
That was a
wonderful high noon.
Great. He was behind the whole team and was able to line up a lot of those good shots. And not killing everybody, but killing just enough. But looks like Carthage using a few ults here, using high noon, walling off that Rhine, which is good, which is usually deadly, but not enough. Morningside using their Graviton to pull everybody in, and Carthage using
and blocked.
Ace using the Shatter, but blocked by Psychopreds. Looks like JXPreds is hiding in the corner, but will it be enough? Not quite. Carthage has 6 people, gonna capture point.
Much like the first round.
Much like the first round. Carthage capturing point. Now, Morningside just needs to win one team fight now to recapture point and win the round.
Now, so the hope is, as we know, control points notoriously hard to recapture. We're hoping that the Firebirds put on a stunning display of defense here and bring this all the way to 100%.
Very true. Now, Sam as Zarya almost getting the Graviton. As I say that, Graviton Surge is ready for Zarya, for Carthage's Zarya. NAND almost at Amplification Matrix. Gonna get that really soon because, as we know, NAND plays BAP as a DPS there, but walling off the Rhine for Morningside just enough to get that kill. Psychopreds has the Shatter, but probably gonna save it for a little bit. That's the key point right now is endurance. They don't want to resort all of their resources into a single fight because then Morningside will probably have the upper hand for the next fight.
See, now I gotta give a little bit of props to DK so far. They're using that Mei.
That Mei wall very well. DK is timing those Mei walls and definitely causing a lot of chaos. Now Psychopred's using that Shatter on Morningside. Can't tell if it's good enough to get anybody, but Morningside's pushing in. Carthage getting 2 picks. Or Morningside getting 2 picks on Carthage, unfortunate. But Morningside's able to get the grab on them. Morningside's healing up everybody. Carthage is holding their own, but Slinky's getting that barrage, getting both of Carthage's healers. Morningside's able to get them. That is not going to be good. I think Morningside's going to cap it. Unfortunately, it's going to win.
Seems like we're going to have to go to round 3 here.
Gonna go to round
first
3,
map,
which is it's interesting. More Overwatch to see. We get more Overwatch to commentate, more Overwatch for you to enjoy. Carthage really good in some of those attacks, but Morningside just got the upper hand in some positioning. Carthage could still win. It's still anybody's game. Whoever wins this control point round wins the map. And we move to map number 2,
which is Numbani.
Numbani, the hybrid map, which Carthage is notorious for doing really good on hybrid and escort. So I'm confident. We just need to work on these control points a little bit more, especially when we go into the season. But I'm liking this. I think we could definitely pull this off. Now, we know this map. May is a really good pick on this map. So it looks like ultimately we're using about the same comps as last round.
It does seem to be pretty much the same, aside from J-Prez switching over to Tracer for the Mustangs.
Very true. Now Tracer's going to go in those back lines and just cause so much chaos. But McCree, Donut as McCree is going to be really good counter to that Tracer, because that stun grenade is just going to make Tracer very vulnerable.
Just a one-tap.
Especially if Tracer already used their recall. Now, especially even the May, too. The May is going to be a really good counter. But the Pharah's above again. Will we be able to take care of that Pharah enough? Yes, Donut's picking off Slinky. So, Morningside's not having any damage from above. Morningside's NECC's doing amazing with the heals once again on BAP. Using Amplification Matrix to get that extra healing and that extra damage. Morningside is pushed off point, and it looks like Carthage is about to take point in our initial fight, which is really good for Carthage. Now, Donut's getting those extra shots on to Morningside because free damage, you know?
Yeah, free all charge.
But Slinky is just laying into point with those rockets as Pharah. Still, we got a pharmacy here too. Sway is focusing the heals on the Pharah as Mercy and resulting in what we call a pharmacy. And it's pretty good. I think that's a really good comp, but we have hit scan. But this helps against hit scan. Now Slinky has Barrage. Look at him position it. Gonna position, but not enough. Get it. Oh, there you go. I told you. Donut getting the pick on the Tracer. It looks to be about even. Carthage is down one of our tanks, unfortunately. But so is
a nice
Morningside.
By Morningside.
Will Carthage be able to survive? Shatter? Yeah, no.
Morningside
getting that triple shatter. Ace is doing really good with those shatters. Definitely, whether or not Ace is outperforming Psychopreds with those shatters, hard to say, especially last game. But definitely causing Morningside to capture point once again. Carthage at 43%, about halfway there. Really neck and neck. Psychopreds with a shatter, but Ben is able to block that shatter right away. West off in the backline as Lucio doing that passive healing and getting that pick. Mercy's really low. Can they get the pick? But it's not quite. Morningstar is able to really hold that point while Carthage is regrouping with some of their healers. Now, Morningside's using their Graviton Surge, but will it be enough?
It's a nice pick.
Almost a team wipe on Carthage.
You know, it's only even right now. It's only 45% to 43%. If Carthage gets a nice push here, takes the point, I think they'll be just fine. I think they'll be able to defend it for the last 50%, 60% they need to get.
Now, Carthage having High Noon, Blizzard, and Graviton Surge, 3 really good ults, especially if timed properly. You could combo that High Noon with that Graviton Surge and get a team wipe potentially, pending how clever everyone is. But it looks like Zarya using that Graviton Surge and comboing it with all of them, using both. Donut's able to get the pick on the Slinky, but J-Prez is able to get the pick on the Zarya, which is not good. Oh, wow. Sway was able to almost get that res, but Donut dominating Morningside right there. Getting those shots in, and Carthage is able to re-secure the point. Morningside at 79%, Carthage at 51%. Morningside could get a really good team wipe and secure the point, but then Carthage definitely has a good chance to get back on the point if they hurry up.
Yes, I do think the Firebirds are going to lock it down right here.
Now
That's my early call.
Now Ben HD has the shatter ready. Whether or not we can time that, that'll be really good to see. Right there, I said Ben HD getting now Morningside.
Wow, combined really well with
Slinky getting 4 kills in that barrage. Carthage being wiped. I said Morningside could get a wipe, and they did. They got that wipe.
Spoke it into existence. Commentator's curse.
Unbelievable. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the team who's watching this probably later. I'm sorry, but I'm just doing my job. So Firebirds building up that ult charge, getting that shatter, getting that enemy Ryan. Not trading the Ryans, but trading a DPS for a Ryan. Looks like they're pocketing that Mercy, or Mercy's pocketing that Zarya ult, who's nanoed. Jprez getting the high noon kill on Sam. Carthage is down both tanks and a healer. It looks like Morningside's gonna capture that point. Oh,
one more.
Who's on point? Somebody's on point. DK holding point as long as he can. Just making sure that Morningside doesn't win without a decent fight, but not enough. Morningside's able to capture point. How do you think that map went?
Frankly, it was back and forth. I mean, like, there's an easy key to that game. There's an easy. It was. They were back and forth. Jprez with the play of the game here. I was kind of thinking that it would go toward.
Oh, of course. Of course, this is it.
Never mind. I forgot about this play for a second.
A really
Thought
good
it might
play.
go to far.
Very good timing. Getting the pick on the Lucio almost up. There you go. That was. I have a feeling that was the play. Definitely the play of the game. But Nancakes once again on Baptiste doing 5 digits of damage, 17,639, 32% of the team damage taken. That was really good play. Carthage definitely forcing them into a round 3 is always a good sign.
Yeah, I do think though the key to that round 3, it was just very clutch shatter into Pharah ult by the Mustangs.
Yeah, definitely. Mustangs definitely timing a lot of those ults really well, getting a lot of kills on Carthage, but was it? I don't think it wasn't enough for Carthage to kind of push through.
But you know, now both teams have a sense of how each other play. We're going to a hybrid map. We know Carthage does very well whenever escorting anything. So once we get to that part of the map, I think Carthage, if they can do a really good push, if they're attacking first, I don't know if they are. I can't tell if it shows on this part.
I believe we are defending first now. Carthage is defending.
Okay.
I believe that's the way they're setting up the lobby right now. I cannot confirm until they're in game.
All right, fair enough.
I don't know Overwatch.
But I just think that if they are attacking first and they do have a great push, then I think they'll be able to lock it down and defend it and take.
Definitely. Hybrid maps, for those who are not too familiar with Overwatch, hybrid maps basically each team switches off defending and attacking. The attacking team must first capture a point and then lead a payload of some sort on that point to the other side of the map. Carthage really good at hybrid, as we saw last game, forcing really, really close game against Hood College on Numbani. And I think Carthage is definitely warmed up on this map, knows the strats, knows what the other team could potentially pull out, what Carthage needs to work on. So it's going to be a really close game, I think.
Now, are there any subs that are in that you're excited to see play on Numbani right now?
DK.
Yeah.
The switch we made to DK was amazing. Now, Lunar Synergy doing really, really good last game as a hit scan DPS mainly. But DK as a Mei, especially on Oasis, really good. DK is really good at Pharah, and Pharah is really good on this map. So it looks like Morningside is taking a pee break. So we're going to talk a little bit longer.
I think actually we're going to take another minute here. We're going to take a quick minute. We'll be right back to it. We'll be right back.
Perfect. screen. So we are back to our game in Numbani. We got some music still though, so we're jamming out a little bit beforehand. Definitely not a slight nod to our stream producer, but we are back in Numbani against Morningside. Apologies for that slight delay.
P-breaks, man.
P-breaks.
I don't know.
You know,
everyone's got them eventually. Can't just deny it.
It's activation week, so a lot of these teams are doing games back to back, which is definitely a lot. Yeah. But we are ready to go on Numbani. Carthage is changing up. Carthage is
going for the dive comp.
Yeah, definitely. Right? Carthage on the blue side now. So definitely remember to change that in your head.
Goodness.
Carthage is on the blue side. That is going to mess us up.
Never mind. Mustangs are going for the dive comp then.
Definitely. So Carthage running I know, I thought the same thing too. So Carthage running a Reinhardt, Zarya, Cassidy, Torbjorn, Ana, and Zenyatta. Westhoff is a really big Zenyatta fan. So, slight decrease in healing, but ultimately more damage, especially with those Discord orbs, that when placed upon an enemy will increase the damage they receive. So, could be a good call. NECC is really good as a main healer.
I'm excited to see this dive comp though by the Mustangs. We got D.Va, Winston, Genji, Pharah, Ana, and Mercy.
Right there. Now, Morningside knows that Carthage uses their healers on that side, that far side, so not able to get those picks early on. Carthage is able to fend them off right away, which is really good to see. Now they're not dying; they're just being pushed back, which is good. But also, that means Carthage doesn't get that extra ult charge for the next fight. They,
just a little bit of poke damage.
Just a bit of poke damage.
Like, you know, Ana did get a decent amount of charge, and so did DK as Torbjorn.
Mm-hmm. So, and it looks like, so Morningside knows that the dive comp isn't going to work, so they switch to more of a brawl. So they're switching to Reinhardt, Zarya, Genji, Cassidy, Ana, and Lucio. But once again, going in the top lane, as we saw in game 1, Carthage knows just to unload all damage into that corridor and causing a lot of damage. Now, Ana, NECC's trying to be a little bit more of a DPS, but also focusing on that healing. But it doesn't look like it's going to be enough for Morningside to push in. Carthage doing a lot of damage, getting a lot of ult charge, but the nano, the properly blocked shatter, and the nano is just enough to throw Carthage back. Definitely going to cause a lot of issues for Carthage. Still having to mentally change the colors in my brain.
No, it's a tough one.
Carthage able to hold them off though. Wow.
Truly impressive.
Truly impressive.
Frankly, it was a clutch ult by DK that I just controlled about 75% of the point.
Yeah, it's that was a good one to see. But I think it's Morningside is going to have to work extra hard for this point, because Carthage really knows this map well now. They know exactly how to hold each angle because it's worked in the past. And we have Donut in the backline protecting our healers, which is really nice. So Morningside knows they can't do that with their Genji. Now Morningside going to the back, able to get another shatter on Carthage.
And they pick off Torbjorn.
But Westhoff is able to use the trans to kind of cause a little bit of chaos. Donut using the high noon, but it's not enough. Now they're able to do enough damage to pick off that Reinhardt, pick off that McCree, or that Cassidy, apologies. And Carthage is able to, now it's one-on-one on point right now, but Carthage ultimately has enough people.
Now we go.
That Lucio is able to get enough damage on Donut to cause that pick, but Carthage being down 1 DPS, not exactly the end of the world. They have 60 seconds left to push. Carthage is able to, Donut especially is able to get back onto point really fast.
Well, Donut doesn't need to, my bad. No, I was I can't. They switched the colors on us.
Definitely. One of those things that really hard to commentate for this game because it's hard to.
It's already the same characters.
Yeah, exactly. But it looks like Morningside's going below the Genji blade, which is deadly for Carthage. But we're able to. NECC is able to nano the Rhine and cause a lot of chaos. J-Prez able to cause a lot of damage on the Donut, and it looks like Morningside is going to be able to capture point with 15
Just barely
seconds
enough
left on the
time.
clock.
Slink's throwing down a little spray. Show, yeah, I am that guy, and I respect it.
I feel like there's not enough spray, you know, just make the map your own, you know? But Carthage, they could have held that. That was really unfortunate. I feel like Morningside definitely using all those ults kind of threw Carthage off. That Genji blade, man, very, very deadly. Especially against the backline in the DPS. But wow. Westhoff able to get that pick on Slinky, which is pretty good. Pretty good on Westhoff. It's that Zenyatta has that added DPS, which definitely caused a lot of damage. Donut able to get that kill onto DK getting the pick on the Zarya. Morningside is down both of their tanks. J-Prez getting the pick on the Torbjorn, but Psychopreds getting the Fire Strike to kill J-Prez. Carthage has secured point. Once again, likely the card's about to start moving back. Ben coming in, Ben HD, Azrine coming in with that shatter, but will Carthage be able to read that and block it? That's the real question. But Carthage using that grab, causing a lot of chaos, but they're able to, Carthage is able to block it and cause damage. Donut just using that high noon to scare off Morningside, backing him up. Minute 20 left on the clock. Enough time for maybe 3 or 4 more pushes. It could be 2 pushes. It all depends on how well Morningside decides to regroup, re-strategize, and push. But Carthage having 3 ults, whereas Morningside only 2, almost 3. But Morningside using that high noon. Will the trans is being pulled. A lot of stuff happening, making my job difficult. But looks like Carthage is able to get enough kills on Morningside to secure point once again. That's about 30 seconds down the clock. 2 more pushes roughly, but Slinks is switching.
Switching to Sombra.
Switching to Sombra. That's
trying to get into the back line, see if they can get a little bit of a cheesy little pick off.
Now, Slinks did pretty good on Oasis as Sombra, but that's a little less DPS initially because Sombra has to play very tactically and very sneakily. Sombra really good at picking off those backline people, but it looks like we're really grouped up. So I don't think we're going to have much of an issue. Now, Rotten Sushi destroying DK's Torb turret. Torb playing DK a lot of damage initially, popping quite a bit of abilities, but Westhoff was hacked. Carthage is shattered. A lot of stuff happening. Carthage not able to survive, getting team killed.
Kill there, and it's got to be quick. I mean, if Carthage hopes to stop them at this point, they got to rush back. I don't know if they'll be able to do it before they reach the next point.
Probably not.
They might get their minute and a half.
Carthage, the smart idea would be for Carthage to kind of just give them point. They only get a minute 30 to push it all that way, but I think Carthage could definitely do this. Carthage having no ults right now. Close to Graviton at 81%, but we'll see. I think because Morningside has Beat Drop and almost Amplification Matrix. Now Sway going Baptiste. I think that's a new change. I'm liking that. I think Baptiste is really good. You got that extra DPS. But Morningside just a constant push. 60 seconds left. Donut using High Noon, getting the pick with the shatter. Morningside's following it up with the Graviton. Slinky in the backline trying to get the picks. And scared off by Nancake's Azana.
Actually scared off by Nancake's too.
Scared off by Nancake's. Nancake's very threatening in real life and on the battlefield. So, I think Carthage is able to hold this off. 30 seconds. One more good push from Morningside. Now, Carthage has 3 ults. Morningside 2, but both of them are supportive ults. And almost at Dragon for the Hanzo. J-Prez switching to Hanzo too. Decent switch. I think right now Carthage just needs to survive this initial ult dump.
Yeah,
especially DK laying down the lava. J-Prez getting the pick on the Zenyatta, but it's gonna be close. I'm a little bit scared, a little bit worried, but that shatter is gonna be pretty good. They're all purpled by the Pancakes, but it looks like the Immortality Field by Sway is able to hold them off, and they are going to capture point
in overtime.
So, not bad. This changes things. I think there were a few plays that I feel like Carthage you know, the Psychopaths has to time those the shield to block those shatters.
Yes.
Definitely, I think that's how Morningside got the upper hand, was a lot of their ult management. Carthage having some really good ults, but just not enough to change the game in favor of them. Kind of unfortunate. Carthage could still easily pull this off. What's going to happen is now, if Carthage pushes it all the way to the end of the map, captures it, and then pushes it all the way to the map, it's going into overtime for the game, which means Morningside will be given 1 point, 1 minute exactly, and Carthage will be given, well, hopefully 1 minute as well, or hopefully more than 1 minute. However much time, but if it's less than a minute, it's immediately bumped up to a minute. So at least a minute to push as well.
Now, Morningside going to do everything they can to stop Carthage right here and to win the best of 3. Technically, we will still be playing the 3rd map though. Because if they're able to even keep them from getting, as long as Morningside can keep them from completing the map, they will take the game.
Now Carthage pulling out a brawl comp. NECC is back as Baptiste. Big fan of that. Big fan of NECC Bap. West off going Lucio, who's a pretty good pick on this map. Really good to get that group healing. Carthage going through the high ground. Maywall blocking off a lot of that initial burst damage, but will it be enough to? Will they be able to do enough damage to push out of this room? It looks like they almost got the Reinhardt initial in their initial push, but not enough. It's hard to say. It's pretty even. Sway getting the res on the Zarya. I didn't even catch that. DK getting that pick on the Zarya, but Carthage is able to move out of that. Getting the pick on
in the process.
Getting the pick on the Rhine, which is gonna be really good for Carthage. Carthage is now unaware about the J-Prez on the other side. J-Prez is able to get the pick on the Zarya, and Carthage loses their Reinhardt, both of their tanks. Not good for Carthage. Carthage is going to have to back up, regroup, giving time for Morningside to do the exact same. Still a lot of time, just under 3 minutes for Carthage to attack. I feel like it's pretty good. Donut especially going on that side and applying a lot of that pressure around Ryan's shield. And well, Carthage is going on far left side, which this will be interesting. When will Morningside drop down? That's the ultimate question. Now we're moving back up. Sway using the res on the Baptiste. Psychopaths getting a really nice, doing a lot of really nice stuff. Carthage, pretty even. Carthage is up 2 people. Morningside down, but they're pushing Morningside into that room. Morningside using a high noon, able to survive that unfazed. NECC getting the pick on the Zarya and the Cassidy. NECC again, is Cassidy deadly? So Slinky using a soldier visor, but not enough. Westoff's able to get that pick. Carthage pretty much securing point at this point. Pushing a lot of people around.
Nice
About to get that Ryan. Yeah. Nice Maywall there by DK once again. Mercy holding on for dear life, but looks like J-Prez switching into an Echo. Not a good call. Donut and NECC as hit scan. Not a good choice to play someone in the air. But oh, there you go. J-Prez switching back to McCree. I think that was more of just a try and get back to point as fast as I can. But DK having Blizzard ready, Donut having High Noon ready. Carthage having 4 ults. Neither supports having their ults, but all DPS and tanks having their ults.
Yes,
so this could be
the Mustangs
really
only having access to 1 ult with really none other even really close except maybe Ryan soon.
Nothing to really follow it up, especially with Graviton, because that Ryan shield can just can protect from all the damage taken by that. But it looks like Donut is gonna get a High Noon, getting Slinky in the path of that High Noon. Donut getting 2 picks in that. Psychopaths getting the enemy Zarya. Donut getting the Baptiste and the Psychopaths. Almost a team wipe on Morningside. Carthage really doing a lot of damage there. Probably securing this point. Morningside is likely to surrender point to them. Maybe
it looks like
playing
that's
a little
gonna
bit.
happen.
That's yeah, definitely. Smart pick on Morningside, because if they divert all their resources, Carthage is going to run in, gain that momentum, and maybe potentially win.
Yes,
but
the Firebirds putting themselves in a really great position right now.
Donuts above. Donuts above,
minutes.
focusing on the back line of Morningside, which is really nice. But definitely taking a lot of beating on his own. NECC's using Amplification Matrix, doing quite a bit of damage, doing a lot of healing, and the Rhine. But NECC is able to get the Immortality Field out in time for Firebirds to finish off. Reinhardt, Morningside is down quite a bit of their team. A lot of them are respawning, but Carthage is having a lot of momentum, especially with that beat drop. Westhoff can use that beat drop and just make a lot of issues. DK using that Blizzard. Donut using the High Noon. A lot of ults being used right now, but will it be enough? Donut with the 2-pick and the down. Carthage. Wow. Carthage capturing point with 3 minutes and 29 seconds left on the clock. Now, that's really good for Carthage. So now basically what's going to happen is Morningside's going to be bumped up to a minute. No. I apparently don't know this game. I thought they're going to be bumped up to a minute. So what's going to happen now is I believe Carthage is going to attack and Morningside's going to defend. I thought, okay. I've been playing this. I have like 400 hours in this game, and I still learn everything every day.
You're good. You know what?
So
Even
Carthage
your
is
educated
attacking.
guess is better than mine.
I know. Well, you know how confusing it is, even if someone who knows the game is confused. But Carthage is attacking 3 minutes 29 seconds on the clock. Morningside defending. Carthage has a lot of time to attack. Morningside could hold them off.
It could, but I'm not thinking it's going to happen. I think the Firebirds are about to tie up the series right here, bring it 1-1, which brings us to Rialto for the game time decision.
Which we destroyed it on Rialto last game, so I'm very confident in Rialto. That being said, new team, so you can't really compare it to game one. Well, not a new team. Half of our team has swapped in. So it'll be interesting to see. Oh, okay, so this changes everything. Carthage, and this is what I thought it was, but I want to make sure. Carthage has 3 minutes and 20 seconds to get a single tick on point. Wow. It is not looking good for Morningside.
No, it is not.
This is really good.
Let's not commentate.
I'm not going to comment. I almost don't want to commentate and just let it all happen because I don't want to jinx anything. But not Ace. Morningside doing a double shield on attack. Carthage being a little bit cautious. They're not going all in up top. They know that double shield is really good to hold that top ground, that high ground. But Carthage is going to move around, going underneath, which causes Morningside to need to reposition. Add that little bit of time. Firebirds rushing in. NECC with the Immortality Field. DK with that Mace Shield. But Carthage is down 3, unfortunately. But they could still pull off. Donut could get these really good picks initially. But it looks like Morningside's going to hold really well. 2 minutes 20 left.
Definitely. We have a shatter ready already.
We have a shatter.
Almost NECC.
Almost NECC. And NECC, of course, is going to build that ult right away, which is really nice. 2 minutes left. We need to not feel too comfortable with the time. But ultimately, we could still pull this off. We have time. We're going main, which is not good because it's causing them to drop. Dropping might be bad for them. The moment they get their shield, that Maywall, but the Orisa using Halt, and they hold the Shatter. Then nobody's focusing on that Immortality Field. But Donut is getting these picks early on. Carthage is on point. Morningside is being pushed off. Slinky using the barrage, getting both Carthage's tanks. But this might be good. It's still technically Donut was not able to get it.
Very close there. Great defensive stand by the Mustangs.
Here's the key factor. DK is almost up to Blizzard. And Blizzard is amazing area denial because what'll happen is Morningside will be forced to touch point. Because I believe that Blizzard could last the entire time they need for tick number 1. And Carthage only having 60 seconds left. Enough for one more push. But DK needs to build that ult for Blizzard. That Pharah is just picking him off. But doing pretty good.
Almost got it.
DK with that. Almost at Blizzard. He's gonna get it. He's got Blizzard. He's gonna use it. We got beat drop. We almost have Bob too, which is gonna be really good on Donut needs to focus that.
And Bob's
Donut
on
has
the
Bob.
point.
Bob is on point. This is going to be really close. Ace almost has Bongo. J-Prez about to die. J-Prez is down. This is a really close game. Carthage, Slinky with a barrage again. Oh my gosh.
Clutch. One final push here for Carthage. It's got to be quick.
They're gonna have to. Now they're gonna have grab and they're gonna have shatter for this fight. So it all depends on how well they use it. Now they have 15 seconds left, so they need to push. They can't be held there. They need to push right now. And they need to touch right away too, because for the last 10 seconds, if nobody's touched point, it's not gonna go into overtime. Carthage, I don't think anybody's touched point. They're grabbing, but they haven't touched point. Oh, they have touched point.
All right, and we're in
Donut's picked off, but J-Prez very low on health. NECC using amplification matrix. Slinky just above point, just hammering it down. And nobody's focusing on Slinky. Slinky's just getting free damage. Slinky's still on point. Can NECC get the pick? NECC gets the pick and Carthage gets map. Oh,
wow.
NECC
coming in clutch.
is GPS. NECC is a threat that every team should fear.
I'll keep it 100% right now. I didn't know what was happening.
I was scared. I was scared. I gotta be honest. I almost lost faith in Carthage because just a lot that Farah could have touched and done a lot of damage. But Ben HD with the play of the game. This was a really good play for Ben. But it is really nice to see Carthage winning the map. NECC once again doing a lot of damage. Probably doing a lot of damage, but doing a lot of healing. Almost 19,000 healing done. 37% of the damage that Carthage took in that match, NECC was able to heal.
All right, so we're tied up 1-1.
It is 1-1.
Going into map 3, winner take all on
Rialto. Now, for those who saw game 1 earlier today, we kicked butt on Rialto.
We did.
It was really good, but Carthage was able to hold back Hood College doing an amazing attack and defense, but Carthage was able to just do enough to win the point, to win the map. So, will they do about the same?
That's the hope.
That's the hope. I'm confident, but we won't know until we see it.
This is the map that Psychopeds quite excelled in.
Yes. So I think that's more of an understatement. Psychopeds last game getting 17 Earth Shatter stuns on this, and 14 of those Earth Shatters kills. Yeah. 14 kills of 17 stuns. That was amazing on Psychopeds. And Psychopeds being the main tank especially, probably going to pull Reinhardt again.
I'm hoping to see some Psychopeds Ryan, hoping to see some NECC's BAP, but if not, they do play a decent Ana.
The day NECC doesn't play BAP is a sad. Well, we saw NECC playing Ana earlier, so not NECC not being a one trick, but ultimately, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Honestly,
Baptiste,
you know how I like it.
Baptiste,
broke, don't fix
ultimate,
it.
The immortality field, amplification matrix, the group healing, the extra DPS, especially against Faraz, as we saw that last round, killing Slinky in the last seconds of the game. As a support, as a healer.
Yeah. It's a clutch kill.
That is something that is very difficult. Being able to not only heal your team and support your team, but also doing damage. Getting those extra kills that the DPS or the tanks weren't able to do. Definitely a game changer, especially against that Farah, because Baptiste is a hit scan. I'm a pretty big fan. So it looks like the next map, Rialto, for those who are unaware, escort map. They have to, it's like hybrid, but they don't have to capture that initial point. They just have to push the cart all the way to the end of Rialto. Which, fun fact, Venice. You ever been to Venice, Tan?
No.
I would like to go to Venice.
I've never left the country.
I've been to Venice Beach, which is very different. Very different in my experience.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same as Venice.
But I gotta say though, I've never been to Venice, so I can't compare the two.
I've been to a Rialto theater in Joliet, Illinois.
So is it compared to this map?
Much like your Venice Beach.
Much like your Venice Beach. Honestly, it'll be really cool. An esports match at Venice Beach. Playing on Rialto. Then you can compare the two.
Of course,
You
of course.
Now, I'm a big fan of this map, but I don't know. I feel like that initial push is the most key factor in this, especially getting over that bridge. Shockingly difficult, as we saw last round. One of our healers getting booped off by that far right off the bat, but we were still able to push it, still able to attack, push it all the way to the end, and kicked butt. So it looks like we are about to start here. Morningside attacking first, Carthage defending.
All right.
Carthage in blue, Morningside in red, of course.
Cool. I'm glad I didn't switch again.
I wish they switched just to make our lives difficult. Because why not? Why not? They're shoutcasters. Let's shout in anger. But yeah, Rialto.
All right, here we go.
About 25 seconds.
All right, here we almost go.
Here we almost go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, what's your favorite part of this map?
My favorite part of this map? Well, honestly, I like that it's a escort map. My least favorite part of the game is any capture points at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hybrids are okay. Escorts are fun. I love hybrids because I like the best of both worlds. My favorite part, though, it's just pushing over that second bridge. I think there's always a lot of fun team fights there. Right over as Psycho Prez is going over right now.
Beautiful. Beautiful scenic view while we're looking over that.
Scenic view.
I think what we should do is no more action. Just enjoy the map. Enjoy the scenery.
Take it to
let Carthage win. I mean, why? But it looks like we're running very similar comps. So looks like Morningside's running Reinhardt, Zarya, Ashe, Pharah, Baptiste, and Mercy. Slinky, and Nancakes. I think Nancakes is Ana. So Ana Ana still has that added DPS, but not. I think does a little bit less damage. Definitely with those sleeps and those anti-heals, going to be a threat, especially since Morningside has so much direct healing. We'll see how they perform. But Carthage, once again, doing the hold, the part that Tanner didn't like, holding not up front, but at that corner. Psychopreds nearly dying, but our healers are able to get that. Donut focusing on that pharmacy combo up top. Who will get the first blood? That's the real question. That could be really good or really bad. But DK, once again, has this famous Torb. J-Preds getting the pick on Sikapreds. Unfortunate. Nancakes disabling the immortality field for Morningside. But looks like Morningside's able to push Carthage back and secure point one, unfortunately. They've gained a lot of momentum. DK is holding his own, though. DK might win this. DK, now Torbjorn's really good. Psychopreds is right there, too. So whether or not, it'll be interesting, but it looks like Morningside just did capture point one. Carthage having a Reinhardt and an Ana.
DK trying their best to somehow get away, just not quite able to.
Nope. But DK doing, I don't know if that could have been a strategic retreat, purposefully falling into the water to respawn, making sure that none of the enemy team gets that extra ult charge. But we'll see. Psychopreds with the shatter, the notorious shatter on this map. Now he just needs to time it so he can get the good. Well, Ben has the shatter as well. So we'll see who gets the better shatter. But Slinky being pocketed once again. Slinky with a barrage. Looks like Slinky's gonna go in the back line. Maybe use that barrage to destroy Carthage entirely. Somebody got a shatter. Can't quite see from our camera angle, but it looks like
to be working out for the Firebirds.
It's working out for the Firebirds. So that Carthage used that shatter. Morningside retaliating with a few ults of their own, but Carthage is able to use that beat drop. Get the beat drop. Get the beat drop. Definitely healing, providing a lot of shields for Carthage to survive a lot of that extra damage. Sway doing a lot of poke damage as Baptiste. Slinky's still with barrage. It looks like Morningside having 3 ults, having Shatter, Bob, and Barrage, whereas Carthage having Torbjorn's ult, the Molten Core, High Noon, and Graviton Surge. Looks like Donut's using High Noon, but it's not enough to do any sort of damage. Probably canceling it early to get out of harm's way. which is a good call. But Morningside using Bob in the back line. Will NECC is not able to sleep Bob, and Bob is able to do a ton of damage to Carthage. Unfortunate. Morningside pushing up once again. 3 minutes left. Still a lot of time for Morningside. Carthage did a really good push there, but wasn't quite enough.
Couple of picks there by the Pharah on Morningside. And
Carthage almost team wiped. Carthage only having DK alive right now. Can DK make it out alive? Unfortunately, DK falls to Morningside. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. A lot of time. Morningside has a lot of time to push it. Doesn't mean much, because Carthage, we know, is really good at attacking. But it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of time. It'll be definitely a good fight for Carthage.
Yeah.
But it looks like Carthage using a Graviton Surge. Donut noticing someone in our backline. Not able to killing Slinky right after Barrage, but the Barrage getting NAND unfortunately. Carthage's downy healer. Carthage has spawn advantage. So we're able to respawn and reposition right away. Holding cart. DK protecting his little turret. NAND's getting the heals on DK, thank you. I was a little bit worried about DK. Having not much health right there. But Slink's saluting everybody. The respectful play. Saluting everybody before Slinks moves in for the attack. Killer just fire striking, building up that shatter, almost there. Donut having high noon once again. 3 minutes left on the clock. Carthage has held them for a minute now. Now they need to do that 3 more times. But
it's a tough feat, but I think they got it. I think as long as they keep just poking in and out, making sure that point doesn't move too much, I think they'll be able to hold this one.
Definitely. Now, Ben getting that shatter on Carthage, but it was enough to only get one person, I think. But Ben Killer falling, Slinky Killer, Carthage killing, Slinky Killer, Carthage killing Slinky.
Psychopred's going in there after getting nanoed by Ana.
We've been talking for how many hours? Like hour and a half now, nonstop?
It's been a little while now. I think 2 hours now, yeah, nonstop.
Definitely an endurance game when it comes to shoutcasting. Gonna be interesting. Hopefully I don't lose my voice anytime soon.
That is the hope.
Which is a fear that I am now just realizing after wanting to shoutcast. But it's worth it.
But you're doing great so far.
It is worth it.
You're doing great so far. I got a great
Morningside repositioning. Morningside, 2 minutes left. Carthage has held them for 2 minutes. We just need to do that again.
Like you said, 3 more times now.
Two more times. Morningside having 2 ults. Slinky really good with those barrages, I've noticed. But Psychopred's with his shatter not getting anybody, unfortunately. DK's holding on to that multi-core. DK has held. Oh, Slinky getting 4 kills in that barrage. 5 kills. Carthage falling.
NECC's trying to hold on, but can't quite.
Trying to hold on. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Morningside capturing the objective.
You know, not a great showing by the Firebirds there on that half of the map, but you do have to respect the very end as they brought it down to only 1:30 left. They were dealing with 4.
Exactly. They held it for 2.5 minutes, which is a very good accomplishment, especially for that point. I think we could pull this off. So now what's going to happen is Carthage is going to need to push it. And ultimately, we could do the same thing.
Just got to steamroll.
Yeah.
Can't play too passive. You got to just stay aggressive and a lot of communication. You just got to commit to plans.
I'm liking it. And honestly, we could pull this off. I mean, we pulled it off on New Body.
I'm excited to see it. Here we go. Interesting choice.
Wow.
We've got
Shadepred's going a Widowmaker.
Yeah.
Which could either be really good or really bad. Widowmaker being an excellent sniper, being a one-shot kill for most 200 HP heroes. As long as you can hit those critical those headshots, you're going to be doing a lot of damage to that backline. And will Carthage counter that? That's what we're going to have to find out. Now, unlike Carthage, Morningside's holding at that in front of the hotel, right across that bridge, whereas Carthage holds a little bit back.
They do.
Now, Donut and DK both going hit scan to counter Slinky because they know Slinky is a very good Pharah. And they're doubling down on this hit scan. J-Prez trying to get those shots, but not taking the high ground. J-Prez dying to the fire strike right off the bat. Probably not going to be good, but Donut able to get that stun. DK laying into the people. Ben getting the early kill on the Mercy. Still pretty good defense for Morningside.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Morningside, Psycho Preds is right in there, building that charge of the shatter. He gets the shatter, gets 2 in it, This is looking really good for Carthage. Morningside is down both of their tanks. Carthage having Zarya alive and Ryan alive. This is looking good for Carthage. I think we're gonna cap point 1. Slinky, of course, hiding up top above that arch. Probably gonna get a few shots in. Probably on Carthage's backline, but Carthage knows Slinky's right there. Slinky, not even at barrage yet, but Morningside's able to get 2 kills with that fire strike in the amplification matrix. Morningside's able to push them before they capture point. I think that was a good hold on Morningside. That was something that you don't see every day. A lot of times, if you push the payload that far. A lot of teams don't necessarily give up, but they do it tactically. They say, okay, we're going to divert our resources to right after that point and hold them there. But Morningside decided to just continue holding, and ultimately Carthage was able to fall to their defense. But Carthage regrouping inside of the hotel. Good to see. They're checking in, getting a night's stay. J-Prez not getting any real good shots. Doing a lot of damage, but not enough. Slinky with the barrage. J-Prez getting Zarya and Slinky getting Nancakes, but Westhoff getting the res on the Zarya. So Carthage is only down, well, Carthage is down 3 now.
Wow. This is a good defense here by the Mustangs.
Mustangs are doing really good on this map. Definitely showing Carthage to not feel too cocky on some of these. And I was a little bit cocky with Carthage. I'll say that. I was confident we could still pull this off. We have a minute to hold to push it. Cart's moving backwards, unfortunately. But it looks like Slinky is doing really good with that Pharah. Focusing on the back line. J-Prez getting that shot on the Zarya. J-Prez getting another shot on the Donut. Definitely showing that
all over the fire.
J-Prez is doing really good as a Widow. I think definitely causing a lot of damage. Using their ult, the vision. So now Morningside knows exactly where Carthage is. And that is no bueno, as we say. Because, as you can see here, J-Prez is lining up a lot of those shots. Nancake's just barely avoiding that kill. And J-Prez barely getting... So DK's using his visor. Pushing up again, applying pressure. Definitely good. But Ben getting that shattering most of Carthage. Nancakes is just unloading everything, but it wasn't enough. Slinky was able to get that kill. Donut with a high noon. Will Donut use it? Probably not. Hard to say. Probably not. Gonna tactically retreat. Morningside still holding them. 9 seconds left. I don't think Carthage is gonna get it.
I don't think they
it's
can
just
make
not
it
looking good.
Point.
And like that, Morningside wins map 3.
And
2-1 series. 2-1 series. Again, activation week. Great plays by both teams. Definitely decently overplayed. Or not overplayed. Decently even matched. Slinky, of course, getting the Pharah. Slinks' Pharah play is...
It was impressive. It was
on point. And honestly, that might be the root cause of Carthage's loss here. Slinks kept going behind, despite us having 2 hit scan, 3 hit scan.
That was a play of a game right here.
Despite having a ton of hit scan to counter that Pharah, not enough. Not enough to kill that Pharah who's being pocketed. Now Slinks, 76. No, that confirms it.
Yep, no, all right.
76% of the kills that Morningside did. 38 kills. All because of Slinks.
Yeah, now looking back, I think it's an easy player of the game.
Player of the game,
I
Slinks.
think we got to give it to Slinks.
I can't argue with
For
that.
the Morningside Mustangs, player of the game, we're giving it to Slinks.
Slinks is a very scary Farah. Very, very scary Farah.
And, do you have a sleeper of the game?
Sleeper of the game? I'm going to have to go with J-Prez. Pulling out that Widow. Get a couple of those.
Yeah, no, a great duo, I'd have to say. A DPS duo of Slinks and J-Prez. It really just knocks the Firebirds out of it in the end.
Yeah, because Carthage knew. Carthage knew that J-Prez's Widow is going to focus their backline. And Slinks, as Farah, is also going to focus their backline. And that's what would happen. The backline would fall, and Morningside would just collapse on their main players.
It was great pressure.
It was a good play. It was a good game. Morningside, if you're watching this, GG. On behalf of Carthage, GG. They said it in the chat. Amazing games. Very honored to be playing alongside of you.
Now, moving on, though, the Bearded Man is going to get to have a nice post-game interview with one of our players. I will be signing off now, so it was great getting to commentate for you guys. I'll see you guys later. Tanner signing off.
Thank you so much, Tanner.
And I will see you guys later.
So we are in luck for a post-game interview. Our player of the game to interview is none other than our team captain, Donut, which I'm very excited to see. Donut doing some amazing plays as McCree, getting amazing high noons, popping off the entire game. What was going on there? You were doing excellent, but it wasn't. It was your McCree is so good. I will say that. I can't do anything as McCree. I am not good at DPS, but you got so many kills, and you were a huge key factor in winning that one map. What do you think? What was something you think you did really well on, and what is something you think you can work on a little bit more for the next round?
I think in general, it's just we're all doing good individually. I think that's great, but I think the big thing is like as a team. Am I quiet?
A little bit, yeah.
Can I move this out?
No, you're talking to the mic.
Oh, this is the mic.
We're gonna lean in for an ASMR interview.
Hello, guys.
So
I think the big
you don't have to lean that close to the mic.
Dude, I'm quiet. I'm trying to fix it. This is the worst post-game interview you'll ever have.
It's the best.
What's the question again? Good and bad?
Good and bad.
I think we're
Let's say this. Good and bad on you specifically, and then good and bad on team-wide.
Okay, well, first of all, I don't play hit scan, so I don't play McCree. I just
You don't play McCree?
No,
yeah, you're doing that good on McCree. What is going on?
It just, I think good, I hit some shots.
A few.
I think bad, I struggle with Farah, and I think our team in general just struggles with Farah. The big thing with that is kind of like, it's a super dynamic duo, and to take that down requires a lot of communication, a lot of working together, a lot of teamwork, and we're new, right? This is our first season, this is our first semester, and we're all trying to still figure out who's going where, how are we going to deal with what. Do we kill this person? Do we focus on this person? How do we take space? And so pharmacy is something that really puts that teamwork and that communication at work, and so you can really see where the little minute details really start popping up. So, but other than that, I think in general we're getting a lot better. We're really starting to find our groove. I mean, that second game we really found it, and we were finding it a lot in the first game. But again, at that end, that Farah just ended up really us.
Yeah, definitely.
We didn't know who to focus and how to go about it, and we're talking in chat trying to figure it out. But I think our communication is getting a lot better. And once we really solidify it and we get everyone cohesive with really good chemistry, at that point, I think we'll really be
definitely. Now, and you kind of touched on this while answering that question, but like Morningside, having played against them, what is something you think they did really, really good at? Like outside of that Farah Widow combo,
right.
Like what is something that like you kind of want to implement now, if anything at all?
They have really good coordination.
Okay.
It's not just, again, the Farah's doing all of that, not because she's the amazing player. It's because her team, her tanks are making that space. Her healers are enabling her to do that. And even, we're talking about that backline Widow and that backline Farah, right? So they're putting such immense pressure on us that you really have to be solid in every aspect. So I think the whole team just got really good coordination, really good chemistry, and really good team comps that you really have to think about. You can't just win without thought.
Okay. Well, so final question.
Yep.
Which of these maps do you think you guys did the best on? Well, obviously the one you played.
right.
But like of the two that you lost, which one do you think you did the best on?
I really think Oasis we could have done a lot better. I think it was just a couple key things where again it was just someone forgot to say this, someone forgot to cover this, and we lost the map. But I think in general, if those couple plays wouldn't have happened, that one flank high noon killed like 4 of us, and if we didn't do that, we won.
Oh, definitely.
So I really think we got Oasis, and I think we thrive in those closed quarters and areas.
Yeah, definitely. And the fact that you guys forced it into a round 3 on a control point is achievement in itself. That's something. It's like going into overtime in any other sport. Like that's something that it means you both are doing really well, and you're no team is doing like super good, super bad. It was a really even fight. So thank you so much for joining me. That's all we got for tonight. We will catch you all back here tomorrow about the same time, I believe, for League of Legends. I personally will not be shoutcasting, unfortunately, but I'm not sure who will be hosting that. But next week, first week of the season, are you ready for that? Are you ready for first week of the season?
Hype, bro. You kidding me?
Good.
You're
gonna play Macrina
right now.
or Cassidy?
Never again.
You're never good. So we will see you all next week for Overwatch. I will be back for Rainbow Six Siege as well next Wednesday.
Cool.
But tomorrow, catch it. Last activation game of the season for Carthage. League of Legends. Let's hype. Catch you later, Firebirds.
You and me are born of regularities, living all the dreams, playing all the games, and getting high on love. They can chase us down, but we will always win. Leading every dance, feeling every touch, and getting high on love. We're invincible. Trust in me. We're invincible. Don't you see? We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. We're invincible. Let's escape the gray and let the colors rain. Turn the shit we do and our words into pure reality. 'Cause you and me are meant to be what they don't see. Never feeling wrong 'cause we don't belong. And getting high in love. We're invincible. Trust in me. We're invincible. Don't you